Hey guys, Motorcycle Mouse. We're here at the Dragon. I wanted to show you guys the tree of shame or tree of death. This is where they'll take anybody that's wrecked on the Dragon and they'll put the parts to their bike on this tree, and they renew it ever so often because it gets so full. They take all the old parts off and put new parts on. I wanted to show you guys something. On a lot of these, they'll have a date and a name and what happened. You can see where some people wrote, came in hot, hit a turkey. The Dragon wanted me to rub his belly. So people just write their names and whatever happened on it. And so, like you can tell, there's been some messed up people here. Some say RIP. So someone came back after someone died and placed their a part of their bike up here and said, rest in peace. But it goes all the way up the tree. The branches have things hanging off of them. You can tell there's been a lot of people wrecked. You can see up there all the mirrors and stuff hanging from it. So it's kind of something it's a makeshift shine at the beginning to give people respect for the Dragon before they head out. We're at the resort at the beginning of it. So alright guys, well, I'm going to do a moto vlog today talking about medical, what you should take with you to be prepared for basically blunt force trauma. So, alright, stand by and we'll get a moto vlog going. What's going on, everybody? It's the Motorcycle Mouse. I know I've been away for a week or two, so I thought I'd make up for it by doing a moto vlog on the Dragon. As you can tell, there's no one here today. So I have a passenger with me today. Me and a friend come up here. So we're going to take the cruiser out on the Dragon. I've already been out it once, just, having fun. So what we're going to talk about today is medical and what you need to take with you and what you need to be prepared. This more along goes with if you're in a group ride, which you should always have a first aid kit for yourself because you never know when you might need to do self-aid. But this is more or less for a group ride, what you would take for, some sort of big casualty event sort of thing. But anyway, so recently, you guys have probably seen, if you watch I Am Ramekin, which half of YouTube does, the wreck that guy had, and then almost immediately after someone else wrecked, someone else flopped out. Especially on big rides or group rides, that tends to happen a lot when one guy goes down, someone else goes down. There's a lot of videos on YouTube that you can find where you do crash compilation and you're just watching people wreck all day. A lot of times when one rider goes down, another one will go down. That happens a lot. So if you're the guy that's still standing after that, a lot of times people only prepare for themselves. They only bring one set of equipment for one person, and a lot of times it takes more than that. Now granted, you're on a motorcycle, it's not like you're going to be able to carry that much stuff with you, but we're going to talk a little bit today about what you can bring with you without it breaking the bank. And that's the big thing, is it not taking up so much space in your pack. If you go out and you buy a first aid kit, they can really break the bank, and a lot of times they'll put stuff in there that you're really never going to use. Specifically on a bike, the biggest thing that you're going to worry about is blunt force trauma and contusions and abrasions. So C-spine is a big worry when on a bike, because a lot of times when people go down, they're flipping and flopping across the ground. So there's a potential neck break or back break whenever you go down on a bike, especially if you go down hard. So some of the things that I'm going to talk about carrying, it kind of only makes sense for that type of pack. Contusions, abrasions, C-spine, that sort of thing. You're not worried about giving someone an IV. You're not worried about snake bites. Don't bring a snake bite kit with you. Don't bring mosquito repellent. Don't pack your bag so full of crap that when you do have a casualty, you got to move all that stuff. It needs to be all essential gear. So one of the first things we're going to talk about is going to be broken bones. So there's a really good splint out there, and it's called a SAM splint, S-A-M. They come in different colors. The ones that I'm used to are the army green because the military uses it, but the Hospitals use it a lot too, and what that is, it's a malleable piece of metal. It can mold to any type of form that you want, and it folds up in a very small space. And if I can, I'll try to put a picture on here of one. And what it is, you know, no matter where you break your bone, they always tell you in the manuals, all right, you know, straighten the arm out and put it in the cast or in the splint. That's not always possible, because bones break in weird positions, and you know, and you're going to cause somebody a horrible amount of pain. Hey, that's the first bike I've seen all day. So what was I saying? Okay, SAM splint. So the SAM splint is also really good for C-spine, and I'll explain that in a minute. But right now we're talking about the broken bones part. So it'll mold so that you can adjust it to the area that's broken and needs to be splinted off. It's not like you have to carry an arm splint and a leg splint and a finger splint and a hand splint. You just carry one SAM splint and you're good for one broken bone. So I usually carry 2 or 3 of those because they don't take up much room and they're multi-use, they're multi-purpose. You can use a SAM splint to also stabilize C-spine, and you can fold it into a curve, and like I said, it's a malleable piece of metal, so it'll hold its shape pretty good, and in a pinch it'll work. And if you don't have a C-collar, which you really don't have that much room in your bags, especially if you're on a crotch rocket and you're carrying this stuff in a book bag and you're designated the medic of the ride or whatever, you really don't have that much room in your bag for a collarbone, or not a collarbone, a spine collar. You know what I'm saying. Forgot the damn name of it. So that would be one of the best things I would say, and they run cheap. They're like 10-15 bucks each. The second thing I would say to carry is plenty of gauze to stop bleeding from said broken bones, contusion, or the abrasions that a lot of people get from road rash, and some sort of ointment for that said road rash. A lot of times whenever someone lays the bike down, if you do that up someplace like this, up on the Dragon where you got no service, if you're prepared to help somebody, they're in a lot better position than they would be if you're just sitting there, they're laying off the side of this cliff here, waiting on an ambulance. If you've got the proper gear, they're in a lot better situation. And learn how to use all this gear that I'm talking about. Put some gloves in there so that if they are bleeding, you don't have to worry about you getting whatever they got. You don't know the person unless they're just really, really close to you. I wouldn't risk it. That's one of the first things they tell you when becoming an EMT is body substance isolation is one of the most important things you can do, because you don't want whatever that person has, you know what I mean? And anytime you're going to work on somebody that's going down on a bike, don't just get off your bike and run to them. Look around and make sure the scene's safe. Make sure you're not fixing to get hit by oncoming traffic and other bikes coming through, laying on the brakes because they were paying attention to the wreck. Odds are they're not looking at you crossing the street, they're looking back at the wreck, at the bike that just went down, and they'll slam right into you. So, you know, make sure the scene is safe, and make sure that you have some sort of reliable communication device. Make sure your cell phone's charged before you go out on a ride, just like you're making sure all you motovloggers make sure that your GoPros and stuff is charged up. Make sure your cell phone's good and charged up, because if you go down, especially if you're doing self-aid and you're helping yourself, it would really suck to have a dead battery on your phone and not be able to call 911 and be off somewhere like down on one of these cliffs and nobody out here like a day like today where nobody can call for help for you and nobody see you go down. You're just kind of screwed if you do that. So all in all, the ride that Ramekin put together, to have no medical expertise or extensive training, he did a really good job of securing that scene. He did a really good job of, you know, staying calm. He wasn't panicking. I felt like he did a really good job. I felt like crap after watching that video because I was supposed to make it to that ride and ended up not being able to because of work. And I didn't really, you know, put my foot down and say, hey, no, I'm taking this day off. I was just like, all right, you know, work comes first. And then I felt like crap because they were 2 wrecks and I would have by far been the most trained there and would have had equipment. And nobody there seemed to have any equipment other than, you know, one guy, he held C-spine. He got behind the guy and held his head still. That's what you want to do. Don't worry about somebody if they've got a concussion and they say that they're going to go to sleep. Let them go to sleep. It's not a big deal. And a lot of people right now are fixing to argue with me big time. Let me explain and you'll see why. If you don't believe me, look it up. Your brain heals when you're sleeping. If you just got a severe concussion, your brain is going to swell. And when your brain swells, the way that it controls that swelling is your brain will kind of shut down a little bit and tell you to go to sleep, to make your blood pressure go down. It's a self-saving mechanism. The issue becomes when you can't wake them up. When you can't wake them back up easily, that's when you need to try to keep them awake. But I'm going to tell you right now, been there, done that. There's not a lot you can do on the side of the road to keep somebody, if they're going to sleep like that, there's not going to be a lot you can do. So if they do want to rest, if you can talk to them and every now and then they'll respond, let them sleep. It's okay. It's making their blood pressure go down. It's a lot safer for them, especially if they've taken on a severe injury and they have subdermal hematomas like a brain bleed or something like that. It's a lot safer to have a lower blood pressure than it is to have a high blood pressure, and their body will put them to sleep naturally. It's okay. Don't panic. As a medic, you would much rather work on an unconscious patient than one that's sitting there kicking and screaming, because it becomes a big problem trying to work on them. Ceflox or something sort of like ceflox, which is, it's a blood clotting formula, like a powder. They also make them in gauzes. I would suggest carrying some of that for really bad bleeds. Let's say you broke your leg and it cut an artery or something like that. I would carry some of that just to make sure that you could control severe bleeding. Whenever you have gauze and someone's bleeding, you actually have to pack the wound with gauze. Wrapping a wound up doesn't actually do anything to help that wound other than make it look pretty. I have a passenger with me. She just panicked when I did that a little bit. She did pretty good. So yeah, just let's see. Also, some of the smaller things like bandaids and things like that is good to have with you. Have a pen light so you can check the eyes for equal, round, and reactive to light, which I believe may have been what that nurse was doing when she was checking on him and she put the sunglasses on his face. I'm imagining that's what she was doing, was checking his eyes. At least I hope that's what she was doing. Like I said, guys, please don't get me wrong, I'm not critiquing those guys, because in that situation, they did a really good job. I felt that they did a really good job. About to drag pegs again. No, I didn't. Okay. I don't want to make her panic. This is the first time she's been up here. So let's see, what else? There's something out there called a sked. If I was a designated medic for a ride, I would carry it, but it's kind of bulky to fit in your pack just to carry around. But what that is it's a sled that's a sketcher. It's a stretcher that is a sled. Man, can't damn talk today. It does not keep C-spine stabilized. So it won't hold your C-spine still, but what it will do is make it to where, me and a couple other people, if you went off this cliff here, me and a couple other people could get you back up here. Now, like I say, it's not going to hold C-spine stabilization, but it will be able to get you out. But what that's used for, that was designed in the military. You get hit and I need to get you off a mountain. I'm obviously not going to have 4 people able to carry a stretcher. This one I can hook to my waist and I can pull you. After I strap you in, I can just pull you. And yeah, you're going to be bouncing across the ground, but I'm getting you out of the line of fire to safety. Let's see, what else would I carry with me? I'm trying to think what is actually in my bags. Some sort of breathing apparatus like the CPR type mask I carry, just because if somebody's not breathing, I don't want to have to kiss them. With CPR now, you don't do mouth to mouth anymore, you just pump on the chest. But if somebody's having breathing issues, like they just collapsed the lung or they just hit themselves in the chest or something like that, and you need to breathe for them, you need a BVM. And BVMs are a bag valve mask, one of those things you always see them squeezing to help you breathe. Those are relatively cheap and they pack up really small. They're really good for an 8 bag. So I would always carry one of those because it will hook to a CPR mask, and it makes it to where if the person pukes while they're on the ground, they don't puke in your mouth while you're trying to breathe for them, because believe it or not, that does happen. It was a good turn right there. That was a real good one. She's doing a good job. Let's see what else. I'm I'm trying to think and concentrate on riding the Dragon at the same time. Maybe this was a bad idea as far as a moto vlog, but at least you guys are getting some different scenery other than just the same roads that I usually ride, you know. I figured I'd do something different. The biggest thing that I would say before going on a group ride is say, hey, look, here's what we're going to do if somebody goes down. If you can keep from laying on your brakes, pull over safely, because you don't want to create one person accident into a mass casualty, especially if you only have one trained person with you, kind of picking up the rear, off into the rear of the pack. If everyone lays on their brakes and 3 or 4 people go down, that medic now has a mass casualty event and is probably not prepared for a lot of riders to go down. He's prepared for 1 or 2, because it's impossible to carry an entire ambulance with you on the back of a bike. Small things like Neosporin, ibuprofen for swelling, you know, Benadryl for allergic reactions, stuff like that's okay to carry. Just don't make it the extent of your pack. Don't fill your pack up with a bunch of crap that you don't need. Well guys, I appreciate you watching. I'm not going to turn the video off now. If you guys want to watch the rest of the Dragon, feel free to watch. I'm probably done talking now unless I just think of something, I'll splice it in. But yeah, the biggest thing is don't overpack your pack and carry things like a SAM splint, carry some gauze. I would carry a sked for a big ride. Communication device, carry a good communication device. Something like these Cenas that I wear when I do my dual vlogs, or when I'm talking to a passenger or something like that, is really good, because you don't even have to take your hands off and you can immediately start calling 911. They have voice activation too, so you can just say call 911 and it'll call 911. No, I don't have mine on right now, so it's not calling 911. And I guess that's all I got to talk about. I'm trying to think and ride at the same time. There's not a lot that you can do until the medics get there. I mean, there is and there isn't. Basically what you're doing is preparing them for the medics. So if you wanted to, you could carry stuff like a blood pressure cuff and all that if you know how to read it. And that way you'd be able to get heart rate and blood pressure and things like that, but it's not necessary. The medics are going to do that, and they're going to get one every couple minutes, especially for blunt force trauma type patient. They're going to take and retake the blood pressure and heart rate and all that pretty often. I'm really liking this new bike, guys. It's a lazy boy on wheels. As you can tell, you can't lean over nearly as far as I could with the Blue Baby, but it's a good bike. Shifted around on me during that turn. It scared me a little bit. It is a nice bike though. I mean, now I've got speaker system on it. I got a cup holder. I have highway pegs, highway chaps that act like a fairing to keep wind off of me. I got them off right now because I'm dragging the boards, so I didn't want to ruin the chaps. It's got a cup holder for the passenger. It's got a cell phone holder back there for the passenger. It's got the saddlebags. It's got the rally bag. It's got all the amenities of home on this damn thing. I mean, it's not the Blue Baby, but it's a really nice bike, and I'm gonna have a custom paint job put on it soon, so it'll be a really nice looking bike. So I'm pretty happy with it. You guys know how I ride, so I needed to get off the Blue Baby before I ended up being a RIP on YouTube. You know what I mean? Speaking of YouTube, can someone please, for the love of God, explain to me how the Hangout thing works? I've downloaded the app on my phone. I have a 4S, and I've had so many people try to help me get on one and invite me to one. I can't figure it out. And I'm not technology retarded, but I'm not the most tech savvy person, but I can figure most things out. It don't make it that difficult, you know what I mean? But for some reason I keep getting error messages and saying sorry, can't connect, and all kinds of stuff like that, and it isn't working out for me every time I try to get on a Hangout. Carl Atkinson, I see you got invited yesterday, man. I wanted to talk to you, but I didn't get to. Also, all you guys that I promised stickers to that never got them in the mail, I totally forgot about them, and he reminded me yesterday, and I was like, oh my God, it's been like almost a year now, and I haven't sent them out, so, or at least half a year, and I haven't sent them out except for a few of them. So, yeah, my bad, man. I'll get them out. I have the memory of a goldfish. I'm Dory off Finding Nemo. Drag a peg. Oh, I didn't get it. We're almost to the overlook now. Well guys, I hope this made up for me being gone a week or two. I've been real busy, and when I changed this bike over, I thought this helmet would get painted really quick, so I was going to wait to do the moto vlogs till the helmet matched the bike, so I didn't look retarded. But I know it's been a while since I talked to you guys, and I came out to the Dragon and definitely needed a full face helmet on rather than a half shell. The one I got, I don't even believe is DOT approved, so I hope this makes up for it, guys. So I'll give you a nice view to end this one on. There you go, guys. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I guess that'll have to do. Cue that outro music.